Betsy, I'm standing where that development will be, and that will require some of the buildings to be demolished, and some of those buildings are right here on the corner is a motel. Next to it is this house, and next to that house is 4 houses, and I'm told by the developer that they have purchased these houses. And I talked to a couple different people who sit on opposite sides of this debate. Here's what they had to say.
And when they put that garage in with that opening, dumping all those cars, it's going to be cars coming in and out, headlights shining directly into the houses across for them.
When Mark Bransford and his family moved into their home 4 years ago, they knew they picked the perfect home in the perfect neighborhood.
But when I saw this development, I about fell out of my chair. It was so big.
A proposed development near their home has them concerned, so much so that if it happens, he and his family will consider moving.
A 550 stall garage whammed on like an anvil onto the end of our street, an unblighted street, a beautiful, quiet street, is a game changer.
The restricted development submitted to the city stands at 13 stories. It has residential and commercial properties, and added on is a more than 500 stall parking garage.
This is where it's supposed to happen.
Dennis Davey is the president of the historic Southwest Neighborhood Association. He says the development will get the ball rolling for other projects to come.
I think it'll set a bar for development across the street on the north side of 2nd Street in the St. Mary's Place area.
And do it in a very respectful way where we're stepping down to the neighborhood. And we've spent a year and a half with the neighbors. I mean, we're very familiar with the discussion on it.
In a recent DMCC board meeting, the developer, Alatus, gave board members a first look of the project. A question by one of the board members asked about the 2nd Street corridor guidelines the city has for buildings, which says buildings can only be 6 stories max.
They are a little nebulous as far as the adjacency right to St. Mary's, whether or not it wants to be 6 stories.
Developers say 2 commercial properties have been purchased along with 9 homes. 5 of those are on 15th Avenue where Bransford lives, and those will be demolished and replaced with a parking ramp.
I really, truly hope that DMC and the City Council understands the importance of encouraging development by following the rules.
The president of this Falwell neighborhood, who you just heard from, tells me that he did his own poll and about 65 people responded. He says that 75% of those people said they would like it to be shrunk down to 6 stories, or they just said to not even have the development at all. The City Council is going to take a look at this with a public hearing on September 19th. Live in Rochester tonight, I'm Karsen, Forsman, ABC 6 News.